Hi Virgo, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your December shift reading. So we were looking at the shift from Scorpio season, the deep intensity, the waters of Scorpio season into Sagittarius, which is a little bit lighter. It's fire energy. There's some inspiration happening now, perhaps seeking higher ideals. It really feels like this shift from underneath to up above, which could feel really lovely. For this reading, after I tell you a bit about the visualization that came to me as I was meditating on your energy, I'm going to look at the shape that you are shifting out of in the month of December, the shape that you are shifting into, and then what that shift looks like using the Golden Tarot, which has some lovely imagery from the Middle Ages, early Renaissance that can, I think, bring out the holiday spirit a little bit through some Christian mysticism, which I'm into. So, before we get into cards, Virgo, as I called in your energy, I was immediately felt all of this energy go right up into my head, which I'm like, okay, Mercury, I'm Virgo sun, and lots of other things. Like us Virgos are mercurial humans. And so there's this energy up in the head. That makes sense. But then I saw it sort of burst through maybe the third eye, the crown chakra, I think probably crown chakra. I just saw this like energy burst open through the head out like this, like a beam. And it was rainbow, just rainbow, like emitting this frequency, this rainbow vibration. And I really felt this, it was about the frequency because it felt a bit like a call. Felt a bit like a call out, a bit like I am here. I am in this headspace. I am in this vibration. I am in this energy. Bring to me the opportunities, the other energies that are also emitting rainbow frequency, It's like that sort of thing, like a lighthouse. The beacon. I also felt this feeling of a promise with the rainbow energy. It makes me think of the Christian story of the rainbow being God's promise after a storm. After that heavy, heavy, heavy storm, the rainbow comes to say, after a rain comes the rainbow, comes this beautiful miracle of nature. Interesting too that we've got all of the colors of the rainbow, all of the colors of the energy centers, the chakra centers coming up the head. It's like this could be spiritual awakening energy for someone, like this could be, or just like energetic alignment in all of your energy centers, sort of awakening all the way up and like just bursting out of your head. There could be like a major leveling up in terms of spiritual connection or just your vibrational frequency. Like there's something about that. Second visualization I got was gorgeous. It was like quick time lapse image of a tree growing, blooming, changing the leaves with the seasons, and then rotting down into nothing in the ground, and then coming back up, blooming, changing with the seasons, shifting, birds come, winds flow, storms come, and then right back down to nothing. And it just kept replaying this exact same tape, and it was this energy of like, I kept hearing seasons come and seasons go. And I kept feeling like that was a song. I'm sure it is, but I just couldn't think of a specific song that that's from. But probably a folk song. I'm sure someone's yelling it at me right now. I'm with you. I also yell at the TV screen. All right. So something about changes, something about seasons changing. It's like the seasons need to shift. That was one message I felt. The seasons need to shift. And then there was something else here about like just getting the wider view and realizing the birth, death, rebirth cycle of things that is also inherent in the seasons shifting. It's like really aligning with this larger energy of the wheel of the year and the passage of time and the shifting of the energy and the seasons and the different moods of the seasons. Yeah, there's a lot here, Virgo. 6 minutes already. Let's get into cards. First, we are asking, what is the shape that Virgo is shifting out of in the month of December? What shape is Virgo shifting out of in the month of December? That was fast. Interesting. 3 of coins. Here we see folks working together, collaborating together in a space, in a shared space to build something. It feels like a church energy. I mean, this whole deck feels like church energy to me, but it's like building something that is in higher alignment. I keep talking about alignment, like your energy centers being in alignment. And with the 3 of Pentacles, I often see the Trinity energy, which could be like Father, Son, Holy Spirit. It could be triple goddess, Maiden, Mother, Crone. Like there is something here, earth, like, what am I trying to say? Body, mind, heart, or body, mind, spirit. That's what I'm trying to say. This triptych coming together, coming into alignment, aligning with others who are on your same page, who are wanting to do the same work as you. Come on. You can see that in these 3 working on the same kind of tasks here. Okay, that's the energy you're shifting out of. Interesting. What is the energy that Virgo is shifting into in the month of December? 2 of Wands. A choice. A choice, potentially looking at a new direction here. Really stepping into your personal power in the sense of like strongly stepping forward to make a choice. This is, for me, the 2 of Wands is usually a pretty, I guess it doesn't have to be, but these are overall energies that I'm reading for here, like monthly shift energies. To me, I'm always going to take the larger meaning of the card, and the stakes are high here is what it feels like in some way. There is a forward looking, a forward visioning into the future of what do I want my future to look like? What do I want my life to look like here? Which makes a lot of sense, Virgo, because we're at the end of the year here in December, the end of our calendar year, and we're about to start a new year, this spirit of a new year in January, for those of you who follow that calendar. And so there is this sort of, there's a sense of having gathered the folks around you or the energy within you, all of the above, right? That align with what you are trying to do, the effect you're trying to have in the world, what you're trying to build, what you're working on in the world. And now there's this choice that you and you alone can make about what your future really looks like. It's like this person is up on a high point, looking out over the vista, holding something really important in their hand, like, okay, which direction am I gonna go? It does feel like it's kind of a crossroads energy. For me, the 2 of Wands is. Okay, let's ask what that shift feels like for Virgo in the month of December, shifting from the 3 of Coins to the 2 of Wands. What does that shift feel like for Virgo in the month of December? One more, please. Ooh, hey, one more, please. Okay. Oh, surprise, surprise. Very cool. Very cool. That was for one Virgo friend of mine out there. All right. Here's what we got. This is what the shift looks and feels like for you, Virgo. Hierophant, the Chariot, and the Two of Cups. Two major arcana energies. These are big energies. And another two. Two of Wands now and the Two of Cups. So talk about choice. Choice points. And look at this. This is what I'm seeing in the Chariot is right at the center of your reading. You're wanting to move forward. I'm just trying to see what I need to see in this before I show it to you. Sorry, sometimes I hear things when I look at the cards. And I just heard, for some reason, the swans that are pulling this Chariot were like really boisterous. I just heard them like honking really loud. I wonder if that's significant. Here's the Chariot energy. You're wanting to move forward, Virgo. You're ready to move forward now. See the swans, the noisy swans. They're wanting to pull this forward, but notice how cemented this platform is. It's cemented in place. And again, this energy of the Two of Wands, looking higher, seeking, right? In Sagittarius season, seeking higher, looking beyond. Where am I going next? Really trying to figure that out, but not necessarily moving yet. I don't see forward movement. I see trying to figure out forward movement. It's like there's some things that need to come into alignment first. And I say that because look at this. Two of Wands looking at the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is all about harmony, union, coming together with an equal. This could be yourself coming together, making a choice. Number two is all about choice. It's all about union. It's unity. It's coming, two things coming together, two halves of the whole, whatever, however you want to say it. 1 + 1 is 2, you know? And so for this, it's like this could be, if you look at really closely at this card, they almost look like the same being. I'll let you guys see it. See what I mean? They look like the same person. So either this is a choice. Here you are looking at this choice. Maybe there is someone around you who you are looking at to either collaborate with in work. This whole thing feels like work to me, although it really could be far more than that. Two of Cups is typically associated with romantic love. Could be. But here you are looking at this, like, am I going to come into union with this? Am I going to come into partnership here? And because I was saying they look like the same being, either it is someone that you feel an incredible affinity with, like, wow, we are so similar. It's like we come from the same star, you know, it's like we come from the same, we're made of the same stuff. This is really wild. It's that kind of a connection. And, or it can also be talking about you, since I felt like they were the same person. It could just be two versions of you now coming into alignment with one another, which I think is very likely the case, because, you know, the external energies that I read may or may not resonate with you, but usually the internal meaning of the card is going to resonate. And so what I'm seeing here for the internal meaning is that like they're both you. And also interesting that sometimes I see them as pregnant with possibility. The twos are still pretty early in the progression of numbers from 1 to 10. And so there's something there's a unity within yourself that is just absolutely pregnant with possibility. But it means these two seeing eye to eye and coming together. And that energy is also sort of present in the swans here. Two swans, two different swans coming, like those energies working together to now come forward, pull forward. That's the choice. And then the third energy that came out is the Hierophant. And I just want to show you in the context of the spread, it's looking at the shape you're shifting out of. See that? Kind of like sassily. The priest here, the Pope, is like looking kind of sassy over at what is being built and who is building it. Sorry, listening. Interesting. I just got an interesting message. There's something here about, sometimes the Hierophant can talk about institutions or like higher, like a higher institutional umbrella or institutional framework. And I've got that here with the church, because it's like the Pope and the law of the church itself. There's some sort of maybe some scrutiny. Perhaps you as this Pope are sort of scrutinizing the infrastructure in some sort of larger organization or higher institution, maybe like a university setting or the government itself, or the church. It could be a religious structure that you are looking at and you're like, is that working? Is this working? Are the right people building this? Notice how we've got the three people who are like socialized as women doing socialized women tasks. It looks like they're like crafting or something. And then up here we've got like the men in more of an active builder role, or like the role of the teacher or the monk or the priest or the Pope. And so there's something here about you're like scrutinizing that power dynamic in that higher structure, and you're kind of looking at it like, something is off with this. The Chariot is looking that way as well. We can't really move forward with this structure the way it is, which is why perhaps you are emitting this like rainbow frequency, calling in like, I need all hands on deck for this. I'm trying to make a change. I'm trying to make a shift, like I need all of the people that have the same rainbow thinking, the same rainbow frequency as me to come in here and shift this infrastructure, because it is calling in the people who are more aligned with you. And for me, moving from the structures that are showing up as the community and the Three of Coins into the intimacy of the Two of Cups, there's something about choosing a more intimate way of going about your business, or choosing a more intimate way of building something that you're trying to build or trying to create, or the work you're trying to do out in the world. Choosing a more intimate partnership, perhaps to leave behind this structure that is not moving you forward. I also see the Hierophant as opening the channel between heaven and earth. Yeah. Because, in religious systems, the priest or the Pope is the authority, because they are devoting their life to being a channel for God, like essentially being like calling, you know, being the mouthpiece for the word of God to flow through out to the people. And so there's something for me about the Hierophant aligning with your higher self, aligning with your higher guidance, being that channel for what is the way forward. And that somehow allows you to align with yourself, and perhaps in partnership with others in a really intimate way, in a more intimate way. That's the progression. And it's like, that's what the Chariot is waiting for. It's waiting for a 2 of Cups alignment rather than a 3 of Coins alignment. Really interesting message. And again, I just want to point out, none of these folks are forward facing. Not yet. They're all looking towards the thing that is behind it. There's an energy of wanting to move forward. Just not quite yet. Virgo. Moving on to finish your reading here with the beautiful Botanical Major Arcana deck from Kevin J. Stanton. Okay, what is the Major Arcana guidance for Virgo here in the month of December, this December shift reading for Virgo? What is the guidance for Virgo? The Lovers almost wanted to flip, which would be absolutely appropriate. Finding that mirror, that one who mirrors you, seeing yourself through others, through the eyes of others, which is, of course, they are mirrors for you. What is the Major Arcana guidance for Virgo here in December? One more shuffle, and I'm going to pick the card off the top. I love when I like give the cards an ultimatum and then they respond. I'm like, sorry, please don't be mad. Okay, I'm just checking the flower here. I can never pronounce this. So this is the Tower. Yeah, talk about a crumbling in infrastructure here. Malice sia versi. Crumbling the tower. The tower is an infrastructure, a structure that has been built. Unfortunately, it's been built on perhaps a foundation that is not sound. There is something, right? Because this Hierophant seems to be scrutinizing. It's like there's something about this. It's not right. We can't move forward with this for some reason. And so the Tower, the shakeup, the earthquake that allows that tower to come crumbling down, that structure to come crumbling down, so that you can choose a more aligned, intimately aligned partnership moving forward. Again, this could be partnership with yourself, partnership with others in work or romantic. I'm not sure. There's a lot of energy going on, a lot of levels. Okay, Virgo, interesting. If this is resonating with you, you can view the extended reading where I'm going to continue to pull cards and get clarity on all of this. If you're interested in that, click the link below. It will take you over to Patreon where you can read all the instructions and figure out how to view that extended reading, okay? And there will be a little preview for that right here at the end of this video. Virgo, thank you for tuning in. Take care. Happy holidays. I'll talk to you soon. Doing things that feel like a side hustle that are actually energetically draining. It's like choose one thing to focus on. Stop doing the dance, the juggling dance. And often higher institutions and their bureaucracy and politics will make you kind of do the dance. No. Moving away from that juggling act. Choosing a focus. And here's what it is. This is the direction you're trying to go in. A new beginning that has incredibly passionate potential, that also has the potential for stability here. For like real long-term stability, abundance, something that is going to financially support you and bring in the passion, like light your soul on fire.